I'm going to call our meeting to order. Our meeting of the Sacramento Sewer District for Wednesday, April 23rd. And would you please call the roll and establish the quorum?
Directors Desmond.
Here.
Dickinson.
Here.
Kaplan.
Here.
Kennedy.
Here.
Orozco. Pluckybaum.
Here.
Rathel.
Here.
Cerna.
Here.
Soon.
Here.
Villegas. And Chair Karpinski Costa.
Present,
We
thank
do
you.
have a quorum.
Thank you. I'd like to ask Vice Chair Cerna, Skinny Cerna, to do the pledge.
I haven't been called that in a while.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay. Could you please read the statement for public comment?
Good morning. This meeting of the Sacramento Area Sewer District is live and recorded with closed captioning. It is cablecast on Metro Cable Channel 14, the Local Government Affairs channel, on the Comcast and DirecTV UVerse cable systems. It is also live streamed at metro14live.saccounty.gov. Today's meeting replays Sunday, April 27th at 9 o'clock a.m. on Metro Cable Channel 14. Once posted, the recording of this meeting can be viewed on demand at youtube.com/MetroCable14. In accordance with Government Code 54952.3, compensation for meeting of these legislative bodies is required to be verbally disclosed. The amount of $100 will be paid for each member participating today as a member of the Sacramento Area Sewer District. Compensation for Sacramento County supervisors and City of Sacramento council members is paid to the county and city respectively to partially offset the costs of those governments' compensation for other board members is delivered to the individuals. To make an in-person public comment, please complete a speaker request form and hand it to the clerk. The chairperson will call your name when it's your turn to make a comment. You may send written comments by email to boardclerk@saccounty.gov. Your comment will be routed to the board and filed in the record.
Thank you. We're now going to adjourn to closed session, so if you all hang out for a little bit, we'll be back. Our meeting will resume. We have nothing to report from closed session. No reportable action, I guess that's the way you say it, right? Okay. Could you please call the roll, establish we have a quorum?
Directors Desmond.
Here.
Dickinson.
Here.
Kaplan. Kennedy. Orozco. Orozco. She's- oh.
I heard the ear.
Pluckybaum. Rathel. Robles. Robles is not here. Cerna.
Here.
Villegas. Karpinski Costa.
Present.
We do have a quorum.
Could you please read the first item?
First item is the matters for consent, items 1 through 13.
Is there any public comment on these items?
We have not received any.
Okay, so does anyone have any questions? Want to pull anything for special votes or anything? Then we'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to move consent.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded.
Can we make sure we have a quorum in the room
Who's missing?
We do have a
before we
quorum.
vote? Not right now.
Do we have to wait?
We need one more.
We need one more.
Did somebody walk off? Oh my good Jesus.
So a motion was made to pass the consent calendar and seconded. We have a quorum for voting? Yes?
Yes.
Can you remove me from consent item 5 out of abundance of caution? Okay.
Okay.
Potential contribution. I don't remember
Yeah, so that won't pass.
Well, with all of them,
We, we have 10 now, so she'll still be 9.
Okay, so the motion is to move 1 through 13 minus item 5. Is that what, Lisa, 5?
Yeah.
Number 5, okay. So let's start with that group. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. I didn't see a voting screen on the thing, so we just did it by voice. Okay, so now for item 5. Need a motion, because she made the motion for 1 through 13. Okay?
Second.
Okay, first, second. All those in favor for item 5 minus Lisa, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Is that sufficient? Is that good?
Are we?
Are we going to voice vote, or are we going to vote on the screens?
Did you want to put it up, the thing?
We can vote on there.
Okay.
Okay, so this is all of them absent 5, or is this just 5?
This is 5.
No, we're still missing some.
One.
Let's do
Was that 9?
No, that was not. That was 7. Let's go with the voice vote on that one. So directors Desmond? Aye. Dickinson? Aye. Kaplan? Kennedy? Aye. Orozco? Pluckybaum? Aye. Rathel?
Aye.
Cerna?
Aye.
Villegas? And Karpinski Costa.
Yes.
And that item passes.
Okay.
Okay. Item number 14 is comments from the public on issues not posted on the agenda.
Do we have any public
I have
comment?
not received any.
Then the next item.
Item number 15 is miscellaneous director and district engineer matters.
Just a couple quick things. We will have both meetings in May, so May 14th and May 28th. We have our budget workshop on May 14th, and then we'll bring that back, hopefully, for approval on May 28th. And there's only one more meeting in the fiscal year, so that's why we want to do those in May, make sure we get those in, and gives us one meeting of cushion. And then the other thing is I have one of our managers to introduce today. Her name is Jennifer Teig. Jennifer has over 25 years with Sac Sewer and is currently the principal engineer in charge of Echo Water Facilities Ops Support Section. Starting back when she attended Sac State, she started as a student intern in Development Services section back in 1998, and her very first assignment was under me, actually. So Jennifer and I have worked together quite a bit. After graduation, she went on to work for Brown and Caldwell in 2000, and then came back to Sac Sewer Operations in 2002 and has never left since then. She was awarded our Director's Award in 2012 for developing our first asset management plan and staffing projections. She also developed our first sewer system management plan to comply with the new collection system regulations back at the time that those started up. She has served as president of the California Alliance for Sewer System Excellence, an organization that Sac Sewer founded. She is a former emergency spill response manager. And in 2019, she was brought on at the Echo Water Resource Recovery Facility as the principal engineer responsible for meeting our regulatory requirements through EPA and EMD, county EMD. So that's all of our accidental release program. She currently manages over 70 wonderfully bright, engaged, and motivated engineers and technical staff. And on a personal note, Jennifer loves all things outdoors, including hiking and swimming, and will never pass up an opportunity to be with horses. And for those who know her, everybody knows that. Jennifer, thank you.
Thank you. What's next?
Nothing more for me. Sorry.
Anything more for you? Our next item?
Item number 6.
Oh, is there some question?
Not a question, just wanted to say,
I'm
first
sorry,
of all,
I just want you to know, my vision is so bad that I can't even see someone sitting there. So if you have to say something, I give you permission to just do it, okay?
thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to say congratulations to Jennifer. It's a beautiful thing to be able to watch somebody grow from a student assistant to your position, so thank you for your 25 years of service. I'll just stop there. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay. So it happens to get old, so you get old and it just goes.
Item number 16 is employee engagement, the Sacramento Area Sewer District's commitment to engage our workforce.
So very quickly before Jennifer starts, I just want to sort of kick this item off. We've been working with Gallup now for about 3 years, or we're in our third year now. This is employee engagement. We started an effort called Workplace of Choice that didn't go great. It went kind of okay, and staff didn't care for it that much, and so we kind of pivoted a couple years, 2-3 years back, and went with Gallup. They have a lot of as you probably know from all the polling that they do, they have a tremendous amount of data. And so this approach is very data-driven. It is really literally scientific proof that the questions in the survey that they go through, it actually works. They can show that if your team is in the top quartile in these engagement questions, basically it's a series of 12 questions that they ask. If you're in the top quartile in those questions, then you have higher levels of literally every performance measure that you can come up with for an organization from a performance perspective. Things like lower absenteeism, lower safety issues, higher productivity, higher efficiency, higher profits for public agency or private agencies. But also the really great thing about this is that one of the biggest benefits to being in that upper quartile or to having higher scores on the Q12, the questions, is that your employee wellness is significantly improved. And so it really is one of those cases, we don't have a lot, but it's a win-win for both our customers and our employees. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Jennifer White, since she's going to share a bit about our program. We are going to be kicking off the next survey in May, so it's coming up soon, and we'll be giving you those results, and wanted to give you sort of an overview of what we're doing.
Thank you, Christoph. Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the board. My name is Jennifer Whites, and I am the Training and Organizational Development Manager. And so we oversee training and organizational development for the entire district. And so I'm excited actually to really share this topic with you all. It's about employee engagement, but also our commitment, right, to engage our staff. And so I'm going to share with you just some background information. We're going to talk about kind of what brought us here. I'm going to share with you a little bit about our engagement efforts, our strategies that we deployed, our progress, and maybe where we pivoted in some places. And then also the data, as Christoph mentioned, because Gallup is very data-driven. So we're going to share with you some of that data. I'll try to not overwhelm you with too many numbers, though. And then also what we're looking forward to. What are our next steps? What's coming up in the coming year? And so, as Christoph mentioned, we've been working with Gallup since 2022. And so we started, and our initial plan and our ongoing plan actually is to first and foremost, training was at the forefront of that. We ensured that the executive team, our leaders, supervisors, managers, and even our staff had the opportunity to be trained on what is employee engagement and what is the approach that we're going to deploy. And then also we recruited a group of engagement champions, and I'll talk a little bit more about them in just a little bit. And then also we decided to use their exact framework for the Q12, and that is to use their survey and then their whole framework for employee engagement. And then also the rest of that plan was that we really wanted to focus on having year-over-year improvement, not just organization-wide, but at the team level, at the local level, we want to see improvement every year. So we started with the Gallup Q12 questions, and I'm not going to read all the questions to you, but up here on the screen I have what some of the themes are. And so some of the questions are surrounding things like, do you understand your job? Do you have the tools that you need to be successful? Are you able to use where you thrive and what your strengths are on a regular basis? Are you being recognized? Are you receiving support from your supervisor or your director? Do you have opportunities to grow, to develop? And then also a big part of this is your voice. Do you feel that you have a place where we have created a safe space for you to speak up and that your work has purpose? And in addition to that, that you work alongside peers that are also committed and have the same level of commitment as you, and they're also engaged. And then in 2024, Gallup actually rolled out 4 more questions. So we went from Q12 to Q12 plus. And SAC-SUR opted into those 4 questions. And those were surrounding things like, do you feel that you are respected at work? Do you feel that SAC-SUR cares about your overall well-being, as Christoph mentioned? And then do you feel that there is trust that is growing within the organization and that you trust your leadership? And then also, do you feel that SAC-SUR is meeting their mission to our customers? So we really wanted to create a baseline on those questions as well. And so Gallup's framework, as Christoph mentioned, there is an annual survey, and that survey is coming up in May. So we are doing the survey annually. In addition to that, what happens after that data comes in, the executive team gets to see kind of an overview of all of that data. So it breaks it down in a ton of different categories. So you can see things like, is it certain demographics that are trending a certain way? So maybe we have some of our staff that have been here longer than others, and maybe we're seeing some trends within that population, or maybe we have staff that just kind of came on board and we're seeing a different trend with them. So we're able to address the different populations and deploy different strategies for each group. And then also we get agency-wide results that are published to everyone. So all staff can see how are we trending as an organization. And then the next level down from that are our team results. So we can see the department results, and then also each individual supervisor or manager gets their own report on what's happening within my team. On the heels of that, then teams are expected to hold what we call state of the team meetings. So that means you bring your team together, we talk about what are the results for our team, and then we have some really robust dialogue surrounding what's really happening. So it really opens the door for us to dig a little bit deeper and explore what's happening within the team. And the best part, that I think is the best part, is the action planning, because staff actually then get to decide what do we want to do on the heels of seeing these numbers. So they are the ones that drive what do they want to focus on, where do we want to improve, what would we like to see happen or change. And so it's not that the supervisor's coming in saying this is what's going to happen. The staff they are the drivers of what that action plan is. And then later in the year, about 5 or 6 months down the road, we do what's called an accountability index. This accountability index says, okay, so did you guys actually talk about the results? Did you actually meet and have this discussion? Did you action plan, really put a plan together, and have you seen progress? And so staff get another opportunity to come back and say yes or no, like I'm seeing some progress or I'm really not seeing progress. And that just brings us to a higher level of accountability. So I do want to highlight our engagement champions. One of the biggest things that we have found that is so successful is this core group of folks that we have recruited to be like our boots on the ground. These are folks, they went through kind of an intensive selection process. Many of them were recommended by our executive team. These are folks that are committed to employee engagement. They want to have a positive work environment. They are also trusted. They are the trusted faces. They are the folks that have influence. They are the folks that can really stimulate some really good conversations. And they also have the ability to change the minds of others. And so we are seeing some really good things that are coming from that group. Now, they also, though, had to take on this role in addition to what they do every day. So I do want to highlight that we have seen a lot of success, but they are still doing their regular job every day in addition to this work. We increased in 2024 that number from 10 10 to 20 because we saw there's a little bit more ground that we want to cover. We really focused on our North Area Corp Yard. We needed some more representation out there. So we went in 2024 from 10 engagement champions to 20. And we saw some significant improvements. Staff really felt that they really now had an engagement champion that they knew, that they were familiar with, that they trusted. And so we really saw some significant increases in 2024. So I'm not going to give you guys too many numbers. So I'm going to try and make these numbers as simple as possible. But I really wanted to lay out so that you all could see how have we progressed. So here you can see the difference between our results from 2023 and our results in 2024. So in 2023, we had 20% of our staff that were actively disengaged. And so I'm going to just read to you what that means. And so these are people that are not they are not necessarily unhappy at work, but they are kind of spreading some negativities. So we might see that they are actively doing some things that are impacting other staff in a negative way. So we saw that number go from 20% to 15% in 2024. And then also we have had 48% of our staff that were not engaged. Now, this is a little bit different than being actively disengaged. This means that these folks are not necessarily unhappy, but they're also not motivated to go above and beyond. They're not really, they might feel a little indifferent. They may not be as invested in the mission. And so that number went from 48% to 42%. And we do want to see those first two categories drop. And then we saw in 2023, we had 32% of our staff that were identified as being engaged. And so in 2024, we saw a huge increase. And we went from 32% engaged to 43% engaged. And here's why this is important is because these folks are connected, committed, and motivated. These are the folks that are going to drive your innovation. These are the folks that are going to really be able to spread that positivity. They're going to be your hard workers. They're going above and beyond. They're going to be really invested in the mission, and they're going to be the heartbeat of this organization. And so we really were excited to see that number increase by 11%. And actually, Gallup really pointed this out to us in 2024 because what they saw across the board was a decrease in employee engagement. They saw a significant decrease, and employee engagement had hit a historic 10-year low. And so for us to increase by 11 percentage points was huge. And that is a testament to those engagement champions, to our staff, to our executive team that is unlike any executive team that I've ever worked with before because they have a boots on the ground approach, open door. They listen to you. They want to hear you out. And so I think that that's a testament to all the work that we've done. And then, so in comparison to the U.S. average, where we are now, where do we stand? Actively disengaged, there's 17% of people across the U.S. that are disengaged. We are trending at 15%, which is good. Not engaged, the U.S. is trending at 53%. We're at 42%. And then when it comes to being engaged, we are 13 percentage points higher than how the U.S. is trending. So the U.S. is at 30% and we are at 43%. So we're excited to see that we are definitely moving in the right direction. And so what we're looking forward to, as Christoph mentioned, is we're looking forward to the survey that we are rolling out on May 5th. And we know that this is a time where we're experiencing a lot of change, but we're really excited, even in the midst of change, to hear what are staff experiencing. And so we, even further down the road, we're looking forward to achieving the Gallup Exceptional Workplace Award. Now, they have some rigorous standards for this award, but we are confident that we can do it. So we have to have completed surveys. We have to have over 50 staff. We have to have at least done 3 surveys, have an 80% participation rate. And just to call that out, our participation rate increased from year one from 77% to 84%. So we have more staff that are actually completing the survey. But we also have to have a grand mean of 4.4. And so just to put that into context, this is on a scale of 0 to 5, basically. We have to get to 4.4. We're currently at 3.91. So we have still some ground to cover there, but we're confident that with the work that we're going to do in this coming year and the years to come, that we're going to get to 4.4. So one other thing that Gallup has called out, so they released a recent report that said that there was a huge period of resignation for employers in 2021, and they called it like the Great Resignation. And they're saying that we are not going to see that in the coming year. And it could be because maybe the market is unstable, there's some anticipated inflation, so people may stay with their employer. However, we may see what they are dubbing the Great Detachment. So that's going to be a challenge for leaders to kind of figure out what to do with that. That means employees are going to stay, but they're going to feel more disconnected to the mission, to the goal. So we're going to have to deploy some things to address that. But we're looking forward to everything that we have. We're going to really lean into our engagement champions. I do also want to call out that we are really going to focus on following what Christoph models for us regularly, which is a culture of listening. We know that our staff need to feel heard, and we are creating and we have that safe space for them for their voice to be able to be heard, but not just to hear them out, to put some action behind it, right? And so Christoph is holding listening sessions and really setting a good example for us culturally on really making sure that staff have a platform to be heard. So that's what we're planning in the coming year, and I look forward actually to coming back in maybe June or July and sharing with you on what were the results of this upcoming survey in May. And so with that, any questions or comments?
Does anyone have questions or comments? Thank you, Jennifer. You know, it's nice I'm proud to be part of the district that takes the commitment to its employees, because I think that all of the things you mentioned about the listening and thing is important. And I think the number is going to go up just because now that we're one district, people take more pride in it's our own district now. So I think it's going to go up just automatically because of that pride. So,
I agree.
Yeah, Madam
Oscar,
Chair.
go
Yeah,
for it.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, thank you. I sense your energy and your excitement around this, and so I think that's where it starts, and so congratulations. And I look forward to hearing the results of your May work when you come back later this summer. And I just wanted to underscore, I am not surprised by what you've already said in light of the fact that there was an event a couple months ago, I believe, in the fall. And there was some tree planting that was occurring over the top of
Yes.
the interceptor line that this district manages. And I was out there working, as were 100 other volunteers. And to my surprise, there were employees of the district who were also out there engaged and happily engaged and enjoying it. And so for a moment, I thought they were required to be there. And they made it very clear they were there on their own volition. They were interested in seeing kind of what's happening and contributing above and beyond. So thank you very much. I think that's reflective of the work that you guys are doing.
Thank you.
And we look forward to your next presentation very much.
I look forward to coming back. Thank you all.
Next item, please.
Thank you. Next item is item number 17.
Did we have any public comment on that item? I didn't ask.
We did not.
Okay. Is those our champions out there? Who's out there? Is that this big crowd of people? I just wondered if those were our commitment champions.
Can I have presentation 17, please?
Item number 17 is a Final One District Quarterly Report.
Morning, Madam Chair, board members. This is a long time coming here. This is the Final One District Quarterly Report. Just as a refresher, the One District Report, and it basically included the merger, which occurred where we merged the two separate districts in January of 2024, and then also the staffing services, where we transitioned staff from the county to Sac Sewer. And that occurred December 15th of 2024. Our first quarterly report was presented to your board in January of 2023. We started prepping for both of the efforts in 2022, and quite honestly, I was hearing about separation probably when I was first started here at the district in 2008. So It's a long time coming, and we made it across the finish line. Sometimes limping, but we made it across. So primarily the first few slides are focusing on our achievements from October 2024 to our transition date of December 15th. We had a few remaining items that we needed to have agreements established by the county that they were going to continue to provide those services. That includes the customer billing, Cubs agreement. We had the fleet services, fueling services agreement. Those were all completed on or around October. Then we have the planning and environmental review or construction management inspection agreement. We also needed to have our live scan up and running, so we have that contract was signed and approved by your board. We approved the salary schedule. We established the replacement benefits plan, and then we conducted open enrollment for our new health benefits for all of our staff. They were able to sign up at the time frame for our new district benefits that came into effect January 1st of 2025. We also did our first district payroll on January 3rd of 2025. As you can imagine, setting up our first payroll during the holidays is making something that's already challenging even more so. We ran our first ACH or direct deposit file on New Year's Eve, and I think we're still scarred from that. I'm looking at the payroll team. On 12/15/2024, what we affectionately call Founders Day. So on Founders Day, at each of our locations, we had breakfast burritos for our staff. We had a similar setup to what we did with our onboarding events in July of 2024, where it had a step and repeat. I get that wrong all the time, but that's the kind of the little area where you take the pictures surrounded by balloons. Staff have a lot of fun with that, but they really appreciated just recognizing that this is something unique and special. So Founders Day, here's a few examples of some of the photos, opportunities. We have the executive team. We have a few of the administrative staff and finance staff there. With that being said, there are things that needed to occur for our separation date of 12/15, but there are other things that we're continuing to allow us to utilize the county. One of those is the finance system through county finance. We have an agreement with them until July 1st of 2025. And what that allowed us to do is to meet those first milestones with the HCM and then start to refocus once those are completed. Now our focus is on the finance system. The finance module includes general accounting, the accounts payable, accounts receivable, budget, treasury, cash management, those kind of aspects. So as you can see, we are working diligently to get those up and running for a go live of July 1st of this year. There are also some additional modules that we're working on. The learning management system, so everything that tracks SAC-SEWER's training is going to go to Cornerstone, and that is going live June 1st of 2025. And then human capital management, or the HCM, the majority of those needed to be up and running for December 15th for our go live. However, there's some things that, because of the tight timeline, we had to just create manual processes. And so now it really is about going back and looking at what was implemented to make sure it's fully optimized and it's functioning the way that it was intended. So before I go on to recognition of staff, there's a lot of staff that participated. This was a very unique and generational effort. We started to look into this in 2021, 2022 with consultants, and even we had a hard time with consultants having the expertise to have a public entity separate. It's quite unique. So I want to recognize your board. There was a lot of work that needed to be done, a lot of support. There's times where we had to not cancel the secondary meeting because of important policies or things that contracts that need to be approved. I also want to thank Christoph for his leadership and the fellow executive team. There's many times where we've had to go in a room with a quick decision to make so we could pivot and move forward. And then there's also the staff. The staff, absolutely, I can't think of a more impactful time in our history of how much change our staff have had to go through with a merger and then also a separation. So kudos to them. Overall, it went fairly smoothly. And now I want to recognize some of our key staff that really had a pivotal role in making sure that this happened. I do want to show that we do have a little, I don't know, it's not a trophy, a recognition plaque for those that really had a significant role, and I'll read it to you. It has obviously our logo. It has their first name, and then it has a quote from Steve Jobs that says, "Great things in business are never done by one person. They're done by a team of people." And absolutely, that is very poignant. We had many different teams working together as individuals, but also coming together to ensure that we, made this happen. So when I call your name, please stand up. I want to recognize the payroll team. So the payroll team is led under Anna Nicolau. And then the supervisor is Belinda. And then Manal, Jacqueline, and Lisa. They really did an exceptional job. All right. That's anticlimactic, right? All the work. So the project team. This was obviously a very complex project, and it started off as the executive sponsor. I started as the project manager, and that was a little overwhelming. So then Viamini, who's not able to make it, she is out today. She was able to step up. She's part of policy and planning. And she did a wonderful job of getting us started, and then also was responsible for all of the agreements and MOUs with the county. Then we went to Carrie Toller, who was a contractor who started running with that, and then she retired recently in February. And then Vu Pham, who is already in our IT department and has a lot of experience with ERP implementation. Well, not ERP, but lots of project implementation. He's on board. He's not here as well. But now we have the project team. So Mike Fish, Ariana, Karen Aribe, Lydia, and Sharon, please stand. All right, next up we have the training and OD team led by Jennifer Whites, that you just saw all of her energy, and Grace Mosqueda, who is focused on the organizational development. Then Sarah, Elizabeth, Kwan, Jimmy, Maya, Tanae, and Sophia. They really helped out with the coordination of all the, you could imagine all the events that we had with the onboarding events that happened in July, and then the founding day. There's a lot of logistics that needed to occur, and thank you very much to that team. Next up, we have the HR team led by Candace. So then we have Virgil and Stephanie as the supervisors, the leadership team. And we have Noelle, Victoria, Gloria, Jabria, and Jamie. The HR team was kind of started a little bit before the separation. So it started in 2023 early on, and even late of 2022 to start prepping for that transition. As you can imagine, the time frame to set something up as a whole HR process and the infrastructure is huge. And I can't give it justice for all of the work that each team has done, and the HR team has really formulated a lot of stuff. There's still some cleanup that we need to do, but kudos to the HR team. Now, I kind of mentioned a little bit with our consultant, LCW, so I had to write this down, Liebert, Cassidy, and Whitmore, and we have worked with them closely for a lot of the uniqueness that is a part of this project. We relied on Michael Jarvis a lot. I mean a lot. And so I wanted to specifically call him out because of all the work that he's done. Michael, please stand up. I think he was instrumental when there's things that we just don't have the skill set and knowledge, that he was able to provide that for us to inform our decision. I also want to give a special shout out to the IT department. You know, there's a lot of equipment that needed to be set up for these events, computers, laptops, I guess that's a computer, and then printers and scanners. So as we start to see each event of these rolling out, they were able to kind of observe any kind of pinch points and then adjust accordingly so we can make sure that people aren't just standing around at these events. So kudos to the IT department. And that concludes the one district report. I would imagine in the future, we are going to set up some additional information to kind of give you some maybe benchmarks or some metrics on how we're doing with the separation as we are fully established and running our own HR department, our finance, and all of the services that we have transitioned from the county. Any questions?
Any questions? Comments? Thank you, Matthew. So I was wondering, all those champions, they are champions of
Yeah,
a certain.
absolutely.
Yep, did a good job. And it just show what a team it takes. So it does. Pretty good team.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I would like to just say one final clap for everybody. They said it couldn't be done, and we did it. Okay, next item, please.
And that concludes, for the record, there was no public comments on that last item, and that concludes our items for today.
I'm sorry, I can.
Said for the record, there was no public comments
was no
on
public
item
comment. Okay, good.
717, and that concludes our items for today's meeting.
That includes our items for today, is that what you said? Okay,
That's
then
correct.
do I get to bang this and adjourn the meeting? Okay.
Thank you.
We're adjourned.